Hi guys, I just wanted to show you a little bit about how I finished my bunny painting that Mrs. Weissong taught me how to draw today with your class. So I have my own little spot set up and I have some crayons, some watercolor paints, my glass full of water, and a paper towel. So I plan to color some details with crayon and then paint over the top to create that cool resist technique. So some of the things that I want to decorate with, I'm going to color in with crayon first, so like those cool stripes that she told you about, how you can make it look fancy. I added crayon in between, that way I can paint in where the white spaces are. I also might put some on spots like the little polka dots on my eggs. Make sure that you color in really nice so that way the paint doesn't get into the cracks. And then the really cool trick, do you remember, is using white. And I'm going to use that in the background to kind of show the path that my butterfly was flying on. So I'm going to draw a dashed line that kind of shows the butterfly's path as it flew around in the sky. And when I paint over the top, those designs are going to show up, so it will look really cool. I might also just color in some small details like my flowers. Things that are kind of hard to get my paintbrush into without making them messy. Now I think I'm ready to paint. Now since my bunny is white, I'm gonna leave that white. I'm not gonna paint that. I'm gonna paint everything else around it. So I'm gonna take a bigger brush and I'm gonna start with the sky. And I noticed that skies are not always one color. Sometimes they have lots of colors mixed in with them. So I might paint for a little bit with one color and then switch and add other colors to there. So like purple. Oops, I got a little bit in the bunny's ear. I guess I should go a little bit slower. Sometimes I like to outline shapes like this when I don't want to get inside of them. That way, it's like those bumper zones, right? It protects it. Don't forget, wash out your brush between colors if you're using watercolor paints. I'm going to paint very carefully around my butterfly too. Might have to switch to a smaller brush too if I need to. All right, now I'm ready for my grass. I'm going to let this dry before I do the butterfly because I don't want it to mix. So I'm going to switch and do the grass for now. Then I'm going to paint maybe a darker green further back, because I have a hill kind of behind the bunny. That's where those flowers are on. And then I'm going to choose what color I want for my egg. And I don't want to pick a green because otherwise it's not going to stand out. So I'm going to pick a color that really is bright and bold. So I am thinking maybe yellow or orange. And since I don't have a lot of orange on here, I put that on top. And I can paint right on top of those polka dots. And the pink shows through. It's so fun. I'll add a little pink for the nose. I can paint some designs on my other egg. And because I didn't color this with crayon, I have to paint very carefully. But I did use Sharpie to draw all this out. If I hadn't used Sharpie, I would not be able to paint over these spaces without it kind of blending and mixing. And then last, I'm going to paint my butterfly, and I want to make sure I painted a color that also stands out against the background so that it doesn't just blend in with everything else. So maybe I'll paint it this bright pink color. I love this color. So fun and bright and colorful for springtime.